All my praises, cause he died for you and me.
Bringing awareness to domestic violence.
And that's why I keep praising him, cause he's so amazing. He's amazing.
I'm gonna wait a sec. I know it's probably a little after 7. I'm gonna let a few more people come on in the house. And my guest should be on in a second. And then we're gonna get started with tonight. But how y'all doing? Battling the same thing. Sharon is terrible, I'm telling you. Hey Rhonda, how you doing? It's terrible, I'm telling you. I've never suffered with allergies and sinus this bad. This past year, maybe a year and a half, has been horrible, and this past 10 months, 11 months, actually since like December, it's been terrible. I mean, the drainage in your throat and the ears itching, the nose itching, the sneezing, the coughing is horrible. This is terrible. So I'm constantly drinking hot tea and Nasonex, and I keep cough drops on me. Of course, water, because I love water. But it's been horrible. Y'all tag some people in the house for me. Got an awesome person that's going to come on with me. And we're just going to hang out and give God some praise. We're going to talk. We might cry, laugh, whatever goes down, it's just going to go down. So y'all tag a couple of folks. Tell them to come on in the house. And let's get started with tonight. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Whoever else going to come in, they can come in and jump in and with us and do what we do. Before I move forward with my guest tonight, listen. I know I posted a thank you status to you guys, but I want to say to y'all again publicly, thank you. Friday night, the launching of the WarriorShe ministry was amazing. I think I had more fun than anybody. You guys hung out with me the whole time, and y'all are so encouraging to me. Y'all, I hear a lot of people telling me that this show is helping them and it's encouraging them. But I don't think y'all realize how much y'all are helping me and encouraging me. Y'all are awesome. And I don't take it lightly at all, because on Tuesdays nights, y'all could be doing something else, hanging out somewhere else, on somebody else's live videos, whatever. And I don't take any of this lightly. I appreciate all of you guys for always tuning in with me, for joining with me, for encouraging me. Y'all make my guests when they come on feel so at home and feel like family. And I thank you. Thank you for hanging out with me Sunday when the TV segment with Dr. Kimberly Green aired on Sunday evening on the Preach the Word Network. I thank you for that. You guys are awesome. And I thank you and I appreciate you. Now, I got somebody that's going to hang out with me. Most of y'all already know this chick. Y'all already know her, especially if you're from the South Carolina area, Sumter, South Carolina, and the surrounding areas. You know her from singing and whatever. This is my sister, my friend, one of my prayer warriors. Hey, sis. She is one of those people that I can count on that's going to tell me the truth and be honest with me, even if I don't like it. She's going to keep it 100 with me. She's coming tonight. She is a domestic violence. She's a product of a domestic violence situation. She's a powerhouse singer. Man, she can sing anything for me. Things just worked out tonight where she's off tonight. And I was able to switch my guest from tonight because I told y'all a man was coming on with me. So I was able to talk with him, and he graciously switched with her and took another night to come on. So he's going to come on next Tuesday so I could bring her on tonight because she's normally at work on Tuesdays. So she was off tonight because she had to take care of some things. So Rhonda sent me an invite to come in. Tonight I got with me Mrs. the songstress, a minister, evangelist, my sister, my friend, Rhonda Just K McFadden. Rhonda sent me an invite to add you in, and we're gonna get this conversation started. My sister is she needs some encouraging tonight, y'all. She got some bad news last night. She lost one of her loved ones, and she said she was good to come on, so she's gonna still come on with us. I think she's still. Rhonda, you still here? I'm just waiting for her to send me the invite to add her in, and then she's gonna come on. Hey, Janine. She's gonna come on with us, and I need y'all praying with her. Just send us some hearts. Send us some hearts of love. Show her lots of love. Encourage her. Let her know we love her. Give her some strength. Give her some strength. I'm on the laptop. Okay. You got to send me a request to add you in, Rhonda. She's saying she on the laptop, and I'm not seeing how to send a request. Okay. All right. Rhonda, get on your phone. Y'all, I'm trying to figure out how to get her in here. She's saying she can't figure out. And I don't see you, Rhonda, to send you. Rhonda, can you get on your phone? Okay, there you go. There you go. All right, she's coming in, guys. And I don't see you, Rhonda, to send you.
I can see you.
You can see me now?
What's up?
What's going on?
I'm on my phone. Can you see me?
I can see you fine.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. I can hear you too. I'm getting the feedback. She just froze up a little bit. Rhonda. Say something. I can't hear you at all. I can see you, but I can't hear you. No. Oh. I hear you now.
You hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now. I hear some feedback. You can't hear me?
I hear you perfectly. Can you hear me?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
How you doing, girl?
I'm maintaining.
Hey, earlier I'm praying with you. I know I know you in that space right now.
Yeah.
But you know,
Yeah.
I'm here for you.
Yeah. Glad to be glad to be alive. Just, one thing I've learned about life, you take it as it go. You can never prepare for certain things, but you do what you need to do.
Yeah.
But I'm alive. I'm here. Um, glad. Oh,
I'm so happy I finally got you on here.
yes.
I finally
I'm
got you.
hoping nobody don't do no calling because they keep. I don't know how to stop like different messages and stuff from coming in, so it looks like my phone.
Mine do the same thing because I don't know how to stop the phone calls and people.
Right.
I don't know how to stop it. I'm
Right.
I'm not what you call it tech savvy that much. So 100 minute come in, I just try to go and keep going because I don't know. But talk to us. Sis. So you told me a little bit about being a product of domestic violence.
Right.
Um, so I know a little bit of what you told me. Um, so oh, you guys, I want y'all to thank you tonight. Sis, what you want to do? You want to say? I think you need to talk first, and you're gonna make me cry, huh?
You say talk first.
Yeah, because if you start singing, start ministering, you're gonna make me cry, and it's gonna be all the way over. We might as well end the show after you start ministering.
Okay.
Actually,
Whatever you want me to do.
I'll call it a night after you start singing,
Okay. I just dropped.
huh?
All right. Here we back. I just dropped my phone. Okay.
Oh, this is
Well, as you stated.
an imperfect show. You know what I mean? We don't have no specific. We gotta be proper. We don't do none of that. We just come on here, we hang out, we chill, we talk.
Got it. Got it. I'm glad to be a part of it tonight. Under the circumstances, but as you stated, I think you're doing a good thing. And let me first say that thank you to the gentleman that was initially scheduled to come with you tonight. Um, Thank him for switching out and allowing me to kind of participate tonight. And just to encourage you in what you're doing. I think it's a good thing. It's long overdue. It's an outlet for a lot of people that just need to talk to like-minded or people that can relate without being judgmental on
Right,
situations because we all go through stuff. And I think that God is going to, well, he's already doing it. Do
right.
some good things coming your way. And I'm just glad to know you.
Oh
I
wow.
ain't got to be a part. I'm just glad to know you. A lot of times I ain't got to be a part of nothing. Just to know people like, oh yeah, I know her. I don't just know of her. I know her.
You don't just
So
know of
that's
me.
a
You
good
just
thing.
don't know me. You actually know me. You know what I mean? You know me.
Yes.
There's only a few people that I can say truly, truly, truly know Rebecca. And heart, you know the imperfect Rebecca, the messed up Rebecca. You're one of the very, very, I can count on 5 fingers how many of my, what I, not just my friends, but my sisters. I can count on 5 fingers how many people I can say. If somebody come and tell you something about Rebecca, you're one of those people that can say, "Nah, I know that's a lie,"
Right.
because I
Without
know her.
even thinking about it. Right.
Oh, yeah, that you.
Right.
That's how. And I told you last year, wherever God takes me with this thing, you're going because one thing I know about you, you got my back,
I got you
and you constantly praying for me.
constantly.
I don't have to guess that.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You are right. I love you. You know that.
Oh yeah.
Um, as you said, I'm my emotions and are all over the place. So if I break out crying, just
We
just
cry
y'all
with
pray.
we cry with you.
It's rough to kind of try to. It takes strength to move forward when you just hurt. You know, we all have experienced some type of hurt in our lives, but it's just like some folks hurt and they can take a moment just to kind of go off. But when you don't have time to you just have to keep going. That's kind of what I'm feeling right now. But I ain't want to go off the subject too much. But um, being a product of domestic violence. Now, personally, uh, I won't say that I've been involved in domestic situations personally. Um, that I just the first incident was enough. I didn't linger.
Right.
I didn't linger in it because I'm a hothead. I say I ain't gonna say was. I'm a hothead when it comes down to that because being a product of domestic violence placed a level of anger in me that I told my mama long when I think I was in high school. I told her, I said, Ma, you will never have to worry about a man hitting me. That's what I told her because I witnessed firsthand what she went through. Um, and I made that commitment to her as a child. I said, you never have to worry about a man putting his hands on me, not to the point of like not like that. I said no because I hated my father for years. I hated him because I felt like you you try to hurt my mama. This after the but the, it's so mixed up. But I've experienced, but not enough to. I didn't linger in it long. I got out of it because I was afraid what I was capable of doing to them or
Right.
having done to me because I wasn't backing down. You know, I just felt like if I stayed in this, one of us gonna die. There was no question. There was no ifs, ands, and buts about it. I knew that. I knew that I was going to kill him or he was gonna kill me.
Right.
So there was no ain't nothing wasn't nothing to contemplate. It wasn't nothing to think about. Hey, you gotta go because this ain't gonna end good. But being a product of a domestic violence situation, uh, my mom and dad was married, as a child, and my mom officially separated from my father when I was like 6 or 7 years old. But those 7 years prior living with him, excuse my French, but it was hell. It
Absolutely.
was it was hell. My nerves as a child has affected me to this day. My nerves are terrible. I fidget. I do a lot of fidgeting, and I never felt like I needed any type of counseling because we weren't raised up on that. And not saying that's the problem with black people because we don't feel like we need no help.
Right.
But coming up, I didn't felt like I needed that. So I just moved and I just did what came normal. And there's a pattern of relationships that I got involved in that were similar to my dad,
Right.
which is the result of being a product of, you know.
Right.
So I've witnessed my dad. Just he was not a nice man, very hellion. I ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing, and I'm not trying
Oh,
to
yeah.
make him look bad because at this point, guess what? I take care of this man.
That's right.
I take care of him head to foot. I care for him. I thoroughly take care of my daddy at this point in time in his life. Not because he did for me, not because I owe him, you know, that respect of, oh, my dad took care of me and I'm gonna take care of him. Nah, none of that. Because of the way my mama raised me.
That's right.
Um, and the type of woman she was, I just never could understand. I'm like, how you? They do you like this? How no, ma, you got the, I was the clap back one. I think I got that from my daddy. Cause I clap back. No, we ain't finna play them games. But she was, no, baby, I'm just not gonna worry about it. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna let the Lord take care, and that was her method with everything. That was her method. I've seen my mama, she would cook food. I remember one incident, I might have been about 2, 3 years old. And like I said, I think that violence, being in that violent environment for that small period of time, up until I was 7, and it kind of lingered after that until he just got tired. But up until just being in the house with it, I think it put a lot of anger in me. It had me to be kind of slightly violent to a certain degree. I was an aggressor when it came down to, I would jump to fight me. I wasn't the abuser, but I just didn't take much. I'm like, no, that's it. I think that came from that, but I wasn't humble at all. But I remember being about 2 or 3 years old. My mama was a great wife in the kitchen cooking, normally doing what most women do, good wives do. And he walks in the house from work. I'm sitting, I had a little red rocking chair that my grandma bought me, and I'm sitting in my rocking chair. And I remember this vividly. And I'm sitting there rocking like a little child watching. And because every time he was there, all he did was yell, curse, threaten, a bully. He was a bully.
Right.
And I was used to that. So when he walks in the house, I'm like, my eyes are stuck on him. Everywhere he moved, I move. If he move over there, I move. I mean, I watched him like that, because at this point in time, I'm thinking, okay, you're going to hit my mama. Don't hit my mama. As a child, I'm branded at this point. And I remember this one particular time, my mom was in the kitchen cooking. She was fixing his dinner, just coming from, he yelled, I don't want that S. My mama just looking like, here we go. And he went to like go out of the fire, and I yell out, don't hit my mommy, little girl. And I dived on him. I literally dived on him, and I bit him. I attacked him at about 4 years old. I attacked my father because I thought he was getting ready to attack my mama.
Yeah.
So I intervened as a child, and at that point, it kind of shook him like, you got my, his words on my mama, you got my child hating me. Look at her fighting. When she got me detached from his leg, girl, I was like a puppy. Me and my mama laughed about that thing for years. She said, girl, you latch on your daddy like no life. I mean, like a little dog. Have you seen a dog grab somebody's leg and then it's shaking, and that dog would not let go?
Yeah.
I was not letting that brother go. And when I finally let go, I went back and sat back in my rocking chair, and I watched him start back rocking. Like, if you get up again, you go next to my mom, I'll bite you again. So it's like different series. And I know God allowed me to forget a lot of stuff for good reasons. I know he did, because there are certain incidents that come in life. I'm like, I remember going through that. Oh, I remember. Just some things just come back. It come back periodically, and I'm glad my mama made the decision after he told her, and I think I told you this before. Back then they would have how the older people would get together at one particular house.
Yeah.
And they would have like a car party. They would eat, just all in the neighborhood, whatnot like that. My mama, remember, she telling me that her final straw was him telling her, B, I'ma kill you. And when he said that, it made her think about another incident that happened in the neighborhood where a man told his wife that. And she like, oh, he ain't gonna do that. Just joking and said it all. And he murdered her like a dog.
Yeah.
And my mom said when he told her that, it triggered in her mind like, okay, you won't get the chance. Because by this time, smart woman, she already bought a house in Shiloh. She done had a whole house. Her plans was, I'm gonna give this joker one more chance. If he act right, he changed, he can move with us and we can be a family to start over, just get out of New Zion. So
Right.
if he messed up, I'm gone. He messed up. She left. And that was it. He followed her for a while, pretty much harassing her. And and the last incident was she contacted his family, which was her in-laws, and told him, listen, either y'all can come pick him up or Sumter County or Hayes Salmon. Hayes Salmon was the family mortician. So
Right.
somebody's gonna pick him up that night. Either y'all come get him or the police or the mortician gonna come get him because I'm gone. We're not dealing with that. But people don't understand when they allow, and I know being very sympathetic with some women that feel like I can't get out or I don't know how to get out or what I don't have any options and da 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 da. If there are children involved, it affects the children
Yes.
more than you will ever understand. I mean, I'm 46 years old, and like I said, I have zero tolerance. When I tell you I got zero tolerance, I had them laugh one time. I said, look, you gonna cheat, but you ain't gonna beat, and you sure ain't finna do both.
Mm.
You gonna pick a struggle, cause you ain't gonna cheat on me and beat me. That's an out. You might slide with the cheating to a certain degree, but at the same, but to be beaten, I think I couldn't deal with that because I already know how I'm going for life.
Right.
I'm going because you're not gonna hit me, and that's how I was, and I promised my mama. I said, you will never. She said, Bill, baby, you don't have to. I said, no, ma'am. I said, I promise you, you'll never have to worry about a man hit me, and I made that promise to her, and I've kept that. I just you know I saw what she went through. I got family members that I and and you can't tell them, oh, people so can be it because if you've never been in that situation, you don't know.
You
You
don't.
don't know the attachment,
That's right.
the mental attachment, the physical attachment, that the spiritual attachment
Yeah.
that comes with that because it's like every other struggle.
Mm-hmm.
It's like every other struggle. My grandma said, when your hands are in the lion's mouth, you got to be careful how you put it out because you snatch it, you're going to lose an arm.
Mm.
But I told my grandma in response, I said, well, grandma, the Bible says, I'd rather go to heaven with one arm than go to hell with both. So
Mm.
I'm going to take my chances. I'm going to snatch it out and I'm going to take out running. But you take a chance.
Yeah.
Some have made it, some haven't. So you take a chance. You choose. I chose to know I don't want my children. It's bad enough being in a bad situation and seeing your children, let your children see you be mistreated. But it's even worse when they got to see more. And see, I got 3 sons.
Right.
They ain't having it.
Them boys ain't going for that.
They ain't having it.
Yeah.
They ain't having it. And so I save I tell them I save my sons' lives. I save my daughter's lives from feeling like this is normal behavior. This is love. If he ain't too jealous, baby, he love you, honey. He love.
Yeah.
No, I don't want you to be that jealous of me.
No, ma'am.
No. If it gets to that point, we gotta go. I ain't got no problem with. I'm at a point in my life. I ain't got no problem with separating from nothing that's gonna cause me to lose out on anything. That's more so my soul at this point. It's just that important. So I sympathize with women that have dealt with that have because I had a mother that dealt with physical abuse from a man that said he loved her.
Yeah.
And that damaged me. That damaged me as a child. I was a wreck as a child. I think my mama should have gotten me counseling. I really do. Um,
But
but I
sister,
had to do.
I remember when you first started telling me about this a few years back, and I've known your mother and grandmother all my life. Me and you talk about that all the time because um, your mama and grandmama used to come to Salem to my mama's anniversary every year, and we
Forever.
for years. I tell you this all the time. We never knew their name. All we used to call them was the bride lady from New Zion and her daughter.
Yeah.
Never knew their names until I was in my 20s when I found out your mother's real name.
Yeah.
But to look at her and to hear how that woman would come to church and sing and tear a house down, I never even thought that she was enduring something like that.
Yeah,
Never
yeah.
thought until you
Many
said it.
nights.
That's why I looked at you like, what?
Yeah.
Never thought that.
And you know what? You would think that now my grandmama, I tell people my grandma was half woman and half man. I mean, she was a hard taskmaster.
My
You
daddy
didn't
didn't
run
play.
nothing in Christine house.
Yeah, my daddy said Christine didn't play.
Yeah, you didn't ain't no man, okay, but God. Ain't no man ran nothing in Christine house. No, I know my grandma the beat some men up. I'm sorry.
You stupid. You is dumb.
My grandma was my and I know that came from the I think that comes from the dominant side because the women dominate in my family on my mama's side. The women dominate. And I my grandma was such a strong woman.
Right.
You know, when you have to raise your family, you raising boys and girls, and back then they was half school, half farming, and they had to balance it out. But she raised her children
Yes, she did.
without a man. Regardless of how they got here, she raised her kids. She didn't, her children, other people's children. You know what I'm saying? So I saw that. Ain't nothing I had to hear about. I saw her do these things. Well, she helped raise us. So I was under that hand. I was under that hard taskmaster. So I think that's just they had the thing to say the Montgomery women got a curse on them because nobody can keep no man or nobody can.
Stop. If you don't stop,
I said no, I don't think that's the problem. We just ain't got no tolerance.
you stupid.
We just ain't got no tolerance. I tolerate to a certain degree, but after a while, I just it gonna go to one level to the next. So you know what? Let me save it. Let me save myself and get out of this situation. So, I'm glad my mama left, but there still was a lot of emotional damage that was done to me
Right.
as a child because of that situation. And that's primarily why she left. Because she started seeing that, okay, my child is a nervous wreck. I mean, I would literally be in the bed. The whole bed will vibrate because that's how I'm shaking. My nerves was gone as a child. I mean, I was literally, because I was afraid he's going to kill my mama or something going to happen to my mama. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And every child needs their mother. So I that's primarily the reason why she was like, I got to go. If I don't go, I don't want my child to see me get killed by the hands of her dad.
Right.
So she made a decision. She left. And she did the right thing. Like I said, it still was some emotional damage that was done to me as a child. And that junk grew up in me.
Yeah.
It literally grew up in me and things started happening, habits started occurring. And, I know I didn't get it from my mama in this certain level. Where you getting it? And I'm like, I don't know something. I don't know what wrong with me. Now as an adult,
You know.
I understand.
Yeah.
I honestly went and got counseling. I took the initiative for myself and got counseling because I
Right.
felt like I needed it. Like, I need to talk to somebody neutral. I need to talk, not necessarily a professional, but somebody that might be able to tap in an area in my life that maybe I just kind of left dormant and just it was dead. You know what I'm saying? So I took the initiative and got counseling, and I attended counseling for a while, and it kind of brought to surface or kind of put a color to this gray area
Mm.
that was in my life as to why things happen or why this habit happened or different stuff. So it made sense.
Yeah.
It started to make so I just kind of worked myself around it like, okay, I don't want my daughter, even if it's not physical, because abuse is abuse. I don't care if it's physical abuse, mental abuse. I don't. Abuse is abuse. Verbal abuse.
Yeah.
Somebody verbally that stuff is psychologically.
Yeah.
It can psychologically mess you up. I've been doing verbal abuse, but see, I had a sharp tongue too. But it's like you say certain things in that, like it was put in me. You say something harsh to me, oh, I got something even harsher to say back to you. Nobody wins.
Right.
So it's just, you pick up bad habits due to other things, and I had to come to grips with that. I had to come to grips with that as to why. So I had to pull myself. I had to take the initiative on my own and pull myself and just kind of, hey, fix yourself. I needed to be fixed. I was broken. I was broken for years, and I didn't know whether if I was broken or did I come from a lineage of broken women.
Mm. Wow.
And I had to take all that into consideration. I had to. It didn't make my grandmother a bad woman. It didn't make my mama a bad woman. No, by no means. I was raised by some of the best.
Yeah.
But I felt like we were broken. So a broken woman raising another child, that's going to be a broken woman.
That's right.
And I felt I raised my oldest children partially broken. I know I was broken. I never healed. So many things happened in my life. I never healed. I never, so much. I mean, if I had to write stuff down, the list would be so long and it would be just a wet paper, because I never healed from a lot of things that happened in my life, things that I either allowed to go on, or things that I thought was normal, and it wasn't even physical. Because I already knew in my mind, oh, physical is out the question. We ain't finna do that. But it was other things. It was other things that I found myself doing that I know it wasn't taught behavior. It had to come from somewhere. It could have been an early attack. I don't know. Like I say, it is very various, a whole collection of things that transpired that caused me to be so broken, and so just going through life and not feeling like I'm good, and when I wasn't. I was not, and my children got the lash of it.
Yeah.
My mom was mean. Your mom was hurt. Your mother was hurt. I love my children, love my kids to death, always have. But I was hurt. A lot of the rage, uh, mixed emotions, a lot of the outbursts, a lot of the, just certain things that I can recall doing was just out of hurt,
Yeah.
all out of hurt.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful that at this time I can see that, and I can take the proper steps to fixing that
Right.
about me. I refuse to invite anybody into my life in being broken. I don't, you can't, having someone will not fix me. It will not fix me. And there's only one that can fix me, and that's God, and that's who I lean on. So, that's where I am. And
That's profound. What you were saying about when you were raising your oldest 3 children. That kind of like struck something in me, because when I was raising my girls, when I first moved to this area, I think my oldest daughter was like just turning 10. And they tell me all the time I was a hard mother. I was real strict on them. And I was. And I think sometimes I might have been mean on some occasion when it wasn't warranted. But I had to realize just in the last year or so that for a long time, even after I moved up here, I was angry. I was still angry, mad, hurt. And although I tried not to show it and not to take any of that out on my girls, I think a lot of that, me being hard and real, real, real strict on them, probably stemmed from that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it stemmed from, I mean, I wasn't abusive or anything to them. I was just a strict mother. I was real strict, you know. Um, do it my way. Get up. I had them up at 6, 7 o'clock on Saturday mornings, cleaning, doing yard, that kind of thing. So I was a strict mom, but I was raising 4 girls by myself. But
Right.
sitting here listening to what you just said about that, I think a lot of that, me being real strict and not letting up on them, especially as teenagers, I think it probably stemmed from the anger that I was still holding on to.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until my girls, my oldest 2 daughters, had pretty much graduated high school when I finally forgave.
Mm-hmm.
I finally forgave him and I forgave myself.
Right.
And I started seeing a better. If that
Yeah.
makes,
It makes perfect sense.
I started seeing a better me.
Yeah.
Even with my ex-husband, my second husband, it's like I couldn't totally turn over the reign of him being the head of the household because I didn't trust him to be the head of the household and do the right thing, because this man that I had previously married and abused me showed me, nah, you can't, you got to do it on your own. You
Right.
know, am I making sense?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So even with my ex-husband, some things now that I think about it, and I got to be honest with myself, yeah, I probably contributed to some things with my second husband because I looked at him like, I got my own thing. I had my own thing before you got here. And I ain't finna let you come in here and mess. Now, mind you, now he was making good money. But I ain't finna let you come in here and ruin and run nothing. And I was hard with that man.
Yeah.
And probably contributed to him getting out there cheating. I'm just being honest and transparent right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because when I did try to let go and let him be the head of the household, he abused it. But I I I got a mouth. And I let him know anytime I had the chance. This is my house. I was hard.
But life, life makes it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm that way now. I've always had to get it. Not exempting or dismissing anyone that has ever poured into my life. But at the end of the day, I had to get it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't above how I got it.
Right.
I could that's my mind. I got a charge on me right now. I could never get rid of. I need to expunge it.
We just being transparent right now.
Listen, I have no reason to front with nobody. You know what I'm
Come
saying?
on.
But if I had to do it again, I would. I
Yeah.
would. I would. I would. There's not a thought, but would you do? Yes, sir, I would.
Yeah.
I remember the judge asked, well, ma'am, what? I said, well, sir. And I told him, I said, well, the reason why that happened because of such and such and such. He said, well, ma'am, yes, sir, I do understand that I didn't have to do that. But my reasons behind, see, you want to ask me what I did, but you didn't ask me why. See, you want to know the what, but you didn't want to know the why. The why is just as important as the what.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? What you do that for? Ask me why I did it. And you understand what I did if you ask me why. That's the first thing. Well, why my mother raised me to think you always ask a person why. No, what are you doing? I don't care what you're doing. Why are you doing it? I see what you're doing, but why? Why are you doing that? Explain to me why you doing it. And then if I can't give you a clear explanation as to why, then it's foolery.
Right.
Then I need to stop. Because I feel like anything I do, there has to be some validity behind it. I have to have some type of legitimate reason for what, and I ain't doing nothing for nothing. I would never do nothing for nothing. It'll always be for a reason. You may not like my reason, but it's my reason. I'm doing this.
That's it.
It's because of this, and that's just the creme de la creme of the story.
That's it.
So I've learned. My grandma taught me a lot. My grandma have said some sayings that I use to this day, and it makes so much sense. I didn't understand that stuff. I'm like, you just a rapper, Big Mama. We used to call her Big Mama. You just a rapper. That was my first rapper. But some of the stuff she said was just.
You said she was your first rapper?
That was my first rapper. Yeah. Christine rhyme everything. Yeah, that was my girl. I had this young lady laugh one time. She was like, "Why every time you say something, your grandma?" I said, "Cause that's who I sat up under." My mama raised me, but I ate from Christine lip.
Girl, come down.
Every word she dropped, I ate it. I ate it. That even down to the point of she said, "You take care of your kids, the kids will take care of you." I stayed with my grandma for a period of time. My grandma would hit the floor at 6 o'clock in the morning. Of course, I had babies, but guess what I had to do? Get up. All right, get up. All right, Big Mama, you ain't got to go nowhere, but it's better to be ready, and just in case somebody come, they have to get ready, and they show up, and you ain't ready.
That's it.
Look like what? Don't matter. Get out my bed. She made her bed up. When she got up, that means it's time to get up.
That's right.
That don't mean anybody in her house. I need y'all up. I'm up. You up. Get them babies ready. Feed them children. So I'll tell anybody I was a mother before I became a woman. I had babies and I wasn't a woman. I wasn't a woman. I was just a female with children and doing whatever I thought was right. But I had a good teacher that taught me you can't do that. No, they ain't the way you want to do that. Would you want your daughter to do that? Would you want them to do no man? Well, okay then, set an example. I ain't always set the example. But I was always transparent with my children, letting them know they've seen me at my worst. They've seen me at my best. They've seen me fall. They've seen me got up, but they've never seen me just stay there. Because they'll never tell nobody that. They'll never. My mama just gave up. They'll never tell nobody that. That'll never be something. They might say a lot of other stuff, but that won't be one of them. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna figure out something. I'm gonna figure it out. God, okay, honey. The story behind, and I know this is domestic. This is really domestic violence, but it's like because I'm a product of, but my life derived from some. I didn't live the life my mama lived.
Right.
I didn't take that path she took. A lot of stuff that I found myself in. She didn't tolerate. She didn't do that. She didn't do that. Coming up, and my friends would check on y'all because I was just out there, and they were like, "Well, Miss Legate, how Rhonda doing, child? Here, Rhonda, and I'm gonna call her. She will never tell my business, but she like, call your girl, just call her. Y'all know Rhonda. You just call her. But it was never a level like judgmental. But I just did my own thing. I had to learn the hard way.
Right.
I had to learn the hard way. Some things I would take, and that's why I tell my son, you ain't got to go through.
That's right.
You can just listen to what somebody else say, because you ain't creating the game now.
Exactly.
You're not even improving the game.
We done business.
Listen, man, you ain't nothing new under the sun. Nothing. You just repeating time. That's what it does. Everything. Life is recycled.
No doubt.
Life is recycled. Everything is repeated.
That's it.
Nothing. Ain't nobody done nothing yet that somebody hadn't done before.
Absolutely.
From the beginning of time.
Absolutely.
That's why I'm at a point now where you hear certain things. Only thing that moves me to the point is death. And as often as it comes, you can't get ever comfortable with death unless you a mass murderer.
Can't. You can't.
You can't. So I mean, a lot of things. I don't know. I learned. I had to learn a lesson in life, and I'm appreciative to what life taught me. I'm appreciative for the hard lessons. I'm appreciative to the ones that I bucked against, and it still had to repeat the lesson. I'm thankful for my what is the word they use when you fail? My retentions in life.
Mm.
I had to be I flunked many times. I flunked the grade. I flunked sixth grade probably 8 times. Life sixth grade. You know.
Right.
Then when I got to the seventh grade. See, I'm older now, but I ain't learned the lesson, so I'm looking like an
Right.
old dummy.
Right.
That me now. I ain't talking about nobody. I'm talking about me.
Come on.
And so by the time I got to the seventh grade, I slide seventh grade, slide eighth grade, slide nine. Come 10th, come a junior in high school. Now I got to repeat 11th grade 10 times. Like, girl, get your life. What is wrong with you? How many times you done took this lesson 8 times? The lesson ain't changed.
It ain't
You
changed.
just refuse to do it the way it's supposed to be done. And until you get it, you're going to keep repeating it. After a while, you get it. You get tired of
Come on.
repeating the grade.
Help somebody now.
You get tired of repeating that grade. You get tired when these children that you don't help raise catch up with you. And y'all in the same class together. And you trying to figure out, wait a minute now. I know I ain't retarded. Yes, you are. Something wrong with you.
Something.
So I had to shake myself. I'm like, I got a daughter. I could tell my oldest daughter now, Kay, don't do it like that. Don't do it like that. Don't do it like that, because everybody want to be loved.
Mm.
I have yet gotten to the point where I don't want to be loved. I want to be loved, but I want to be loved appropriately. And I no longer want to accept just any old love.
Come on,
Because
sir.
it came to me. I had to remind, as King Nebuchadnezzar came to himself, I had to come to myself and remind myself, do you know who you are? Like I'm loved by the lover of them all. I'm loved by the greatest lover ever. Why? Why are you doing that? See that why again? Why? That
That's
why
why.
gonna
Yeah.
always slap me in the face. Why are you doing that?
That's right.
My subconscious always come out. Why are you doing that? I say subconscious, but it be the spirit. Why are you doing that? Why? Why?
That why gonna always be there.
It gonna always get you.
Always.
And I had to answer the question. Well, because that ain't no reason. Now that's your reason. I'm not dismissing it, but rethink that. Rethink your reason. Say it enough till you really hear yourself saying it, and really kind of pay attention to what you're saying. I'll get in a room with an echo, and I'll just say it out.
Mm.
I'll
That's deep.
get in a room with an echo. You still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
That my phone.
I know.
I'll get in a room with an echo and just repeat stuff over and over again, and I need to hear myself.
Right.
I need to hear myself speak to myself. And even Brown said it jokingly and said, Self said something, and I said, huh? No, really? Like, what? Did you just hear what you said, Rhonda? Yeah. Now, how that sound? Did you really give thought to did you really think that you feeling like I gotta have it, but if I don't do this, then such and such. And I put up with stuff because I felt that my reasons was justified, because, well, if I don't do this, then they won't do that, or they won't come here.
See? Come on, sir.
For years, I had to catch myself and be like, what are you doing? Girl, you laying it down. You don't put it on it. You don't put dirt on that. You look dumb. But I thought I was in love.
Mm.
on more than one occasion. And I've allowed love to, well, scripture wise, we know what love is. And it didn't even match up to that.
Didn't line up to it.
So from now on, I match that love to his love.
Mm.
And if it don't fall in line, then I ain't got time. I match that love to what his love say. They say I can line myself up with you and look to be straighter than you and make you look like, I'm better than Rebecca. You see what she do? But see, when I line myself up with the word that don't compromise, that don't bend, that don't change, that's a straight and narrow. When I line myself up with that, then I find out how broken, jacked up I really am. Then I humble myself.
Come on now.
Okay. All right, here we go. All right, Lord. I say,
Come on.
I told you don't do that. This shouldn't even be named among you. You shouldn't even be thinking that way. You're not thinking like I'm thinking. Well, so those are the type of convictions that I get to myself when I'm by myself. I tell myself I don't never go back in the church. I know enough to be self-condemned that if God called me home right now and I don't make heaven, that's my fault. Because I knew different. I knew better. I was taught. I had the examples in my life. I had the good and the bad, both sides of the track. So I'm good and wet. I ain't got no milk. I eat meat.
Come on,
I'm
sis.
off the milk. I ain't on the milk no more. I've been surpassed the milk. I can eat meat, but I can't. I'm picking and choosing what meat when I don't. No, I don't. Cut that fat off. Just give me that corner right. No. You got to eat the whole thing. You can't pick and choose. You got to eat the whole loaf.
Mm.
A half loaf ain't complete. You got to eat the whole thing. I can't pick and choose what part of the word that I want to apply to my life and just feel like, I'm on my, no. I don't want to miss heaven for the world. I'm gripped. I'm losing my I call her my best sister, passed away last night, and I am so distraught about that. I am so I haven't been that messed up in a minute. I couldn't get myself together today. Everywhere I go, people looking at me like I'm crazy. I have to explain. Just overlook me. I'm just having an emotional moment, and it's like you and I talk, and we share things with each other. And I can tell you something I won't tell nobody else. Something happens to me, you got there. You knew my heart.
Yep.
You knew what I wanted. You knew how I wanted things to be, and it never came to fruition. It never came to. I never got a chance to see or do what I wanted to do. So now you left with the thought: was she happy? What was she really like? Really, I battle with that with my mom. I always tell. I'm like, I will pray like God was my mama. That was always my hang up, because I know she did everything for everybody. She went everywhere. She was just so busy in pouring into others. And I often wonder who poured into her to make her feel the way that she was making other people feel.
Yeah.
You show me you love me, but do you get that back? Even if not from me, from it, do you feel that same energy reciprocated back to you? And I will pray, God, was she happy? Was she really, really like content, happy in what she was doing? Because again, nobody does not want to be loved. Somebody want to be loved.
Right.
If God didn't mean it, he wouldn't have written it. That it's not good that man be alone. And it's not to the point of being it's a difference between wanting to be with somebody and being thirsty. I'm well hydrated.
Come on.
Ain't a bit more thirsty than a man flying in the moon. I'm well hydrated. So I ain't thirsty but there are days when I will tell God, this will be a good day.
Yeah.
For me to be somebody help me and somebody meet me with some help.
Come
and
on.
It ain't even fine. It's just even You know, it's so many levels. It's so many different levels to certain things that I think people confuse it with really love, and it falls back to domestic violence. You confuse a man cheating and fighting and all this kind of stuff. We confuse that with love. We women, men do too, but more so us, because we are emotional creatures.
Yeah.
We deal with our emotions. We operate off emotions.
Right.
I am not intrigued. So yeah, his looks attract me, but it's like once you get involved and you start thinking, arouse me intellectually to the point where, you know, okay, it let you know, catch my attention. You catch my attention through conversation. I know BS when I hear, but when somebody can, you know, that oh, what are you talking about? You know, and I've raised even my children are the same way, and I'm thankful. My oldest son, he's by far perfect. My twins, they are by far perfect. My daughter, they nowhere near, but my boys, because they're the men, they're the upcoming men in this society.
Right.
They're the ones that gonna be somebody's daughter's husband.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be somebody's daughter's husband one day.
Yeah.
So I wonder, did I put enough in them, or did they see enough out of me, or did, you know, that they know? I would tell them, look, don't treat nobody else's daughter no way that you don't want nobody to treat me, because y'all already know jokers catch you gonna catch it coming up in here. So that's why I'm extra careful. I can't. I told a friend last night, I was sobbing. So you want me? I said no, because I have a daughter. I don't want to give Grayson the wrong impression.
Come on.
I don't want to set a standard for my daughter, because she has her brothers to give her the blueprints. I told them, be men, so she has something to look up to. I didn't have that. I didn't have the opportunity to have a male blueprint in my life to know what. But then let me take that back. I did. And guess what? That blueprint that I had, those exact type of men that I chose.
Wow.
And that ain't no compliment.
Wow.
I did have a blueprint. I got to stop saying that. I did have a blueprint. I had a blueprint that shows me abandonment. My blueprint was abandonment, rejection, no love, disrespect, lies, miscommunication, no communication, abuse, verbal, physical. That's the blueprint that I had. And guess what? Those are the type of men that I chose.
That's what you chose.
Those are the type of men that I attracted. No lie. And the more I'm talking, the more I'm seeing that. My mama told this gentleman that I won't even say dating, but it could have been that way, but he had so many other ways about himself that I couldn't do. And my mama told him, said, baby, my daughter ain't finna marry you. He got fired 38 hot at my mama. What you mean? Your mama, when he finally told me, your mama gonna tell me that you ain't gonna marry me. I said, well, why she say that? Come on, I act like your daddy. I said, you do. I said, that ain't no compliment.
Wow. That's deep.
That ain't no compliment, bro.
That's deep right there.
She didn't give you a compliment. You think so because you don't know who my daddy is. But she didn't give you a compliment. Not at all. You show too many attributes of a man that she had to deal with. And my daughter ain't finna do it. She ain't finna do it. She's not finna do it. To this day, me and this gentleman communicate. And I rather told him, I said, at that time, I didn't love you. I didn't love you. I see that now. I thought I did, but I didn't love you.
Right.
I wasn't even playing the game with you. I think I was just going with the flow.
Right.
because I didn't know what I was looking for or what to expect. I'm just kind of going, I'm thinking the big picture is you bonding with your child, but you so busy trying to keep up with me. That ain't finna work, bro. No. So it didn't. It didn't. So, I look at things where God did save me from I dodged bullets. I dodged plenty of bullets, and some of them bust me straight in my forehead.
Mm.
And I had to be the one to dig the bullet out. I self-inflicted myself. I caused myself that harm by walking into something with my eyes wide open,
Wide open.
knowing full well ain't no good can come out of this. I already knew that, but I'm the one. I can do it. I can, I can be, I can swing from the lights. I can do backward flips. You know what I'm saying? I can do all that.
Yeah.
No. So I had to learn. I
I
had to
just want
learn
you to know, this is our conversation all the time.
all the time.
When she and I talk, this is how we talk all the time. This chick right here is so deep. It's like sometimes I'm sitting on the phone like from some of the stuff that she says, this is our conversation all the time.
All the time.
This is what we do. It's deep like this all the time.
All the time.
Yeah. So this ain't just tonight. But
No.
wow,
No.
that's deep.
But I don't know. I feel like we should have more. People like and I know I'm not, and I admit I'm not one that attends women conferences
Yeah, neither.
because I don't feel like, and again, this is me. I don't want to get uh mentally trained to feel like you can do this independently. That's not how God ordained it. That's not the way I went ahead of the plan. So I had to become the HNIC.
Come on.
I had no choice because I got ahead of the plan. So what was I expecting? Not saying that nothing good can't come out of that, but when you get ahead of the plan prematurely, then you gotta take it as it comes.
And that's another conversation we're gonna have another night.
Yeah.
Because I know where you're going with that. I know where you're going with that. And I've been hearing some people say some things of lately that kind of like pertain to that. And one night I'm gonna bring you back, and we're gonna get into that because I think, especially for Black women, because I keep hearing this statement from a lot of people about Black women and children, or how many children and how many fathers that I feel like needs to be addressed.
Right.
It got to be addressed.
Yeah.
And I addressed it briefly, I think, the early part of the year on a status that I put on Facebook.
I
But
think I
I've
remember that
been
status.
hearing that stuff. You know what I'm talking about? You remember that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been hearing that statement a lot in this last month. And I'm
Yeah.
like, whoa, I'm one of them women.
Right.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and get into it just a
Right.
little bit while we're here. We're going to go ahead. What we're talking about, what I'm talking about is I've been hearing a statement of lately. And this is, this, I know this about domestic violence, but this kind of like ain't right now. I've been hearing a statement a lot of lately, especially in this past month or so, about women who have 2 or 3 baby fathers. That's how it's being said. What kind of woman are you that you got 2 or 3 baby fathers?
Right.
it's being directed at black women.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying? Now,
Yes.
I got a problem with that because I am one of those women.
And so have I.
My mother was one of those women. And my mama came out to be, anybody in South Carolina knows, something know, a pillar of the community.
Right.
But see, what we fail to realize, and I'm speaking about the black community now because I'm a black woman and this is where I'm headed.
Mm-hmm.
You got just as much white women, just as many white women, or women of other nationalities that have 2 or 3 baby fathers. If you look
Mm-hmm.
at some of these women on TV, some of these actresses, some of these women got 5 children with all 5 got different fathers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
How many baby fathers you have doesn't define the woman that you are and that you're going to be.
Right. It's different circumstances, different situations. I mean, some are derived out of just being promiscuous. Some could have been out of a relationship that was not immediately intimate, but later got intimate, and he bounced or she bounced. I mean,
Exactly.
one rule don't apply to everybody, and I
Exactly.
can say that.
And then you got some women that got um 3
Right.
kids by the same father.
True.
And they ain't doing nothing with their life.
Right.
You know what I mean? But then
All
you
they can say is, "Oh,
woman,
my children got the same dad." Okay.
okay, that's good if that's the case. But most of the time they still don't end up married. And most of the time that one is still not doing that productive thing with her life. So
Right.
1 baby daddy, 2 baby daddy, 3 baby, 5 baby daddies
Right.
does not define you. Well,
It doesn't.
I'm gonna say it like this: it doesn't define me.
It doesn't define me. I co-sign that.
I was 19 years old, married, had a baby at 20 in an abusive relationship, had 2 children out of that. When I got out of that, started. I'm gonna put this out there. I'm gonna just be transparent. When I got out of that relationship, that divorce, started dating these guys, got involved with a guy that I liked. He liked me for. We liked each other for about a year. Did not know he was engaged and getting married Sunday, and Saturday night was the night that we decided we're gonna do the grown up. Left the hotel room and he goes and get married. I found out a month and a half later I'm pregnant with my 3rd child.
Right.
He was married.
Right. How
2
was you supposed to know that?
Yeah, didn't know he was getting married the next day. And
But you see the circumstances with that, you know?
I said that to say there's a reason why a lot of us have more than 1 baby father. And most of the time it ain't because we've been promiscuous or we've been
No.
out there and she just a hoe. Nah, it ain't that.
You remember that song? It says, "Looking for love in all the wrong places."
Yes.
And a lot of times, that's what it is. It's a lot of love children that have been produced out of the idealistic of love, or
Right.
the ideal of being in love. You love is a it's a little tricky little thing. You know what I'm
Real.
saying? So I'll tell anybody, look, ain't no shame in there's no look. I love my kids. My grandma, old folks used to say, daddy's maybes, mama's babies, daddy's maybes.
Mm.
Cause guess what? At the end of the day, if you get the type of woman that I am is a woman that didn't leave her children.
Come
That's the
on.
type of woman that I want. I raised mine.
Every
I
last
raised my kids. I mean, you know, I thank God for my mom and those that contribute and help me. But for the most part, 95%, I raise my own kids.
Yeah.
I didn't do that. So that's the type of woman that I was.
My
When a
mama,
nigga,
my mama wanted to raise mine.
well,
And I was
my
like,
mama told me them your children.
yeah. She was like, but Beck, why don't you let them kids stay here with me while you go up north and I'll take care of the kids? No, ma'am. No,
Right.
that ain't your job. You done raised
Now,
me.
my mama had my oldest too.
Uh-huh.
When I first moved to Florida, I left my oldest with my mama. You know, the
Right.
oldest always attached to the mom and to the grandma. And
Yeah.
Kay was that child. You know, that was my mama baby. You know, but I tell folks, let me tell you the difference in me still being the mama and she being the grandma. I don't care where I was. I don't care what I was doing. When it came down to the come down, I was in charge.
That's right.
My mama ain't had to beat them. All she had to tell them, let me call your mama. No, grandma, because I ain't played the radio.
Mm.
Because I felt like if you in my mama house and my mama feeding you and providing a roof over your head, you will disrespect what? I'll
But
kill you.
come on now.
I'll
You
kill
better,
you. I mean, you know, that's kind of harsh to say, but that's what I said.
right.
No, we didn't do that. So at the end of the day, when God called my mama home, my children were still young. It wasn't no me had to get Kay and Cora and gain a relationship. I already had one.
Come on.
It wasn't no you getting to know me and I'm getting to know you. They knew me and I knew them. I'm mama. I wasn't Rhonda. It wasn't no Rhonda. When I lived in Florida and I came home to visit for something. Or I called Kay. I said, Mom, let me speak to Kay. And when that chick called me Rhonda, girl,
I can see
my
your face
heart
right now.
dropped. My heart dropped. I said, Ma, I'm coming to get my baby. I'm coming to get my baby. I'm coming to get her because I didn't want to do that. I didn't, but like you say, just kind of touching a little bit when it come down to women that have multiple children ain't no different than men having multiple kids. So I'm trying to figure out which is worse. Is it worse for me to have multiple children from multiple men and keep my kids and raise my children, or have multiple children from multiple women and you abandon them?
Come on.
Oh, that's another subject.
That's a
We ain't
whole
gonna hit
nother
on that.
story. And we gonna get on that too. That's a whole listen, y'all. I'm telling y'all what,
Right? Pencil
me
that.
and her,
Pencil that in.
we could do this right here all night long.
Pencil that.
Oh, for real.
Because that's a part of our broken society. That's a
Right.
part of our broken society. Because I can't say that I didn't need my dad. I needed him.
Yeah.
I needed him as a child.
Right.
But he wasn't available. He wasn't there. There were other things that were that was priority over his one child. This man had one.
Yeah.
Not 10, one.
Yeah.
I have no other biological brothers and sisters. I'm an only child from my mother and my dad. My mama raised children that I take as my brother and you or my sister. You ain't finna tell me. Nobody ain't finna tell me no different. But biologically, it's just me.
Yeah.
It's me. So yeah, that you can't. That I can't honestly. You can't just people can't just look at one side and just dismiss. You can't. It don't work that way. Because
Yeah.
if we got to discuss it, then guess what? We gonna have to discuss the whole thing in general, even the portion that you don't want to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a must.
Yeah.
And
We
no if ands or buts about it.
we gonna come back another we're gonna do that. Cause y'all let me tell you something. I'm gonna let her sing. I'm telling you, me and her, we'll do this all night long. Seriously, we'll do this all night. Rob, what you gonna sing?
Yes, ma'am.
What you gonna sing?
I got a song called "Father Alone." You know the hymn.
Yeah.
I thought about that song. That's because right now I'm confused. I don't know why. things are happening the way they're happening.
Mm.
But I know that Father alone, I'll understand it by. I ain't gonna sing it long. I just gonna do the vamp and the chorus part of it. See if I can hold this. I can't sing with nothing in my hand.
No.
Oh, praise Jesus. Father alone, we know all about it. Father alone, we will understand. Stand wide. Cheer up, my brother, living the sunshine, 'cause we'll understand. Oh, by and by, tempted and tried, we're often made to wonder why it should be all the day long. Why there are others living about us. Never understand their will in the wrong. But if you hang on in there, Father, I know we'll know all about it. Father, I know we'll understand. Stand wise. Cheer up, my brother. I need to live in the sunshine, 'cause we'll understand it. Oh, by and by. Father, I know we will know all about it. Father, I know we'll understand why. My brother, living the sunshine, 'cause we'll understand it. We'll understand it. We'll understand it. Oh, by and by. Thank you, Jesus. We'll understand it by and by. That song rests because I don't understand. I don't know why. I can't see it. I can't fathom it. I don't understand it, God. And if I can't ask you, not question his sovereignty, not question his decisions, not question the things that, who else am I to ask? Who else? So I told God I don't understand it. But if it'll make sense. It'll make sense. In the meantime, in between time, I just prepare myself. I pray for peace. I pray for acceptance. And I pray for preparation. To be prepared. To be prepared for that day. I don't know how to prepare my children. I don't know how to prepare my baby. But I'm asking God to help me to prepare.
Excuse me.
I'm asking God to prepare me, to help me understand these things as time progresses.
This,
We understand it by and by.
that was powerful.
My voice kind of ragged. We ain't singing. We ain't been singing none.
Hey, sound good.
Uh,
We needed that. We needed that.
we have the people, people that are still listening. The 6 views that are see y'all. Stay encouraged. Stay encouraged. You with somebody. I am somebody. We're all somebody in the eyesight of God, but we got to understand that there will be none, no unrighteousness. We have to live the life that He has called us to live, a life of purity, a life of righteous living, and just do our best. I'm at a point, you're not perfect. You don't need trying to act like it. You ain't no perfect being,
That's right.
none. But you take it, you take a hold of your chance just to do better. I want to improve my day-to-day living every day.
Right,
That's
right.
it. I just want to do better than I did yesterday. That's it. I just want to do better than I did yesterday. So
I
well, thank you for having me.
I
I
love you.
thank you for including me. I'm thankful. I'm glad that I was able to be off just to, like I said, just to be a part of this, because I think this is such a good thing, and it helps anybody that participate. I feel better. I really do. I feel better now than I felt since yesterday. That I felt like a weight, was lifted. Even if I didn't talk about the situation that kind of had me down, I still feel weight, because regardless of what, my faith in God is unmovable.
Mm.
It's solid. It's not questionable. It's not to be questioned. It's not to be challenged. The only person can test my faith is the one that I believe in.
Come on now.
I believe in God, so He can test my faith. Oh, you do? I'ma see. That's
That's
how I
right.
feel. So I trust Him, and I believe that He's able. There's nothing that God can't do. Everything that's done is done with a reason. Is done with a purpose. Everything about our life has purpose. What you're doing has a purpose, and it's fulfilling its purpose.
And I am so grateful that you were able to come on tonight, because
I
I've
am.
been on here for a while.
Right. Right.
So we're gonna do it again though, because I feel like we still got some more stuff to talk about.
Yes.
So it's gonna happen again. But I love you,
I love you too.
and I
I
am
love you too.
grateful and honored that you came on with me tonight. And I'm gonna
Yes.
call you when I get off of here,
Yes.
so we can talk some more.
Right.
Thank you, sis. I appreciate you. Hey, Gracie, that's my baby right. Hey, sugar.
Yeah, my sugar.
I'm gonna call you when I get off of here. I love you.
I love you too, sis.
All right,
Everybody, good night. Y'all be blessed.
all right, y'all. Didn't I tell y'all? Now, me and her can go like that all night long. I've been trying to get her on here for a minute, and I thank God she was able to come tonight. That God blessed me with that song. I needed to hear that song tonight. Out of all the things that's been going on this year alone, um, I needed to hear that. That song blessed me. But thank you guys. Thank you all for coming on and hanging out with us. For just hanging in there with us. I know we got off of the domestic violence a little bit, but that's how she and I do. We just talk. She speaks a word, and we just hang out with each other. And I needed that tonight. I needed to be able to hang out with my sister a little bit. But I thank you guys for hanging out with us. Next week, I got the young man is going to come on with me. After tonight, I'm going to start putting out a flyer each week with my guest that's going to be coming on the following week, the following Tuesday. So starting tomorrow, maybe Thursday, I'll start posting. I'll post the flyer, and then I'll post it again on Monday of my guest that's going to be coming with me next Tuesday. I am so excited, and I thank him for Deanna. If you're still on here, I thank you for switching nights with Rhonda so she could come on tonight. But you guys, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for always coming on and hanging out with us. Um, Next week. Oh. I know y'all already know. My YouTube page channel is up and smoking. I've gotten some subscribers and everything. It's cool, y'all. WarriorShe Room is the YouTube page. And y'all know about the WarriorShe Room Facebook page. Go like it, check it out, share it. Go to YouTube, pull up my YouTube channel, subscribe, like it, all that good stuff. God is doing some amazing things, and I am so grateful. So you guys, thank y'all. I love y'all.
All my praises, cause he died for you and me.
Bringing awareness to domestic violence.
And that's why I keep praising him, cause he's so amazing. Yes, he's amazing. Give him all my praises, cause he died for you.